in this edition of the Best of American Muscle. On the Edge System stage, we'll return to the honeymoon capital of the world, Niagara Falls, for the Amateur Grand Prix, which has become known as bodybuilding's springtime classic, with past winners such as the amazing Mr. USA, Marty Varanikar. Then in the Cybergenics star profile, 2 champions. The amateur is New England star Mike Matarazzo, a 5'11", 240-pounder who even the best American-level musclemen feel is a threat to their careers. The pro is Ms. International Laura Creavalle, who had one of the most remarkable bodies seen at last year's Ms. Olympia. In GNC Nutrition news, Trent Mitchell discusses protein and what to look for when buying. And in the Valeo Workout, pro world champion Mike Christian attacks the back in an all-out pursuit for width and thickness. So join us as we begin another exciting half hour of muscle-pumping action on the Best of American Muscle.
The following scenes may be unsuitable for sensitive viewers. They are the forgotten, these hungry, sick, dying children of the world. They need help so urgently, but what does it cost to fight disease, malnutrition, starvation? How much does it cost to keep a child alive? The figure is almost unbelievable. It's only 83 cents a day. Please call this toll-free number now and learn more about sponsoring a child through Christian Children's Fund. For just 83 cents a day, only $25 a month, you'll make sure a sick child can see a doctor. Your 83 cents also gives a child food, clothing, a chance to go to school, a future. Every day, 35,000 children die from hunger and hunger-related diseases around the world. To them, 83 cents a day literally means the difference between life and death. Help change a child's life. Call CCF of Canada today.
Welcome back to the Best of American Muscle. On the Edge System stage, we return now to Niagara Falls for the Amateur Grand Prix, heralded each year as the Springtime Muscle Classic. With the horrendous travel schedule we have each month, we actually look forward to going to the Niagara Falls Amateur Grand Prix. Not only is it like a vacation with scenic attraction, but we can always rely on a spectacular competition. And that's probably one reason why the promoters, the Rochester, New York Gold's Gym, always have a sold-out house. Even the sponsor, Gold's Gym Enterprise President Pete Grimkowski, agrees.
Hi, I'm Pete Grimkowski from Gold's Gym Enterprises. I, along with my partners Ed Connors and Tim Kimber and our 390 Gold's Gyms worldwide, would like to add our support to the 1990 Pro Gold's Classic. This is our first of a series of Pro Gold's Classics, the last of which we did in 1978. So we're very proud to be able to sponsor this event with the Gold's Gyms worldwide, and we hope to be able to do many, many more. It's a pleasure and an honor to work with Muscle Magazines in helping to support the bodybuilders, and we appreciate that. Thank you.
As usual, the competition began with the lightweights, with second place going to 5'4" Steve Fletch. The Amherst, New York native has been training for 13 years and competing for 7. So at 32 years of age, Steve realistically treats bodybuilding as a passion and not as a career. But pro aspirations are in the mind of the lightweight winner, a stunning 18-year-old from Indiana. Michael Winters started lifting to improve his strength for high school wrestling. His muscle thickness is incredible for his youth, and at 5'4" and weighing at the class limit of 154 pounds, Mike's competitive future is one of the best we've seen in years. He's already won at least his weight class in each of the 4 competitions he's entered and still has another year to go in the teenage category. However, according to Mike, he plans to compete next year exclusively on the national level. No more teenage and no more lightweight. He's moving on up to the middleweights.
I've trained for 4 years hard to be like I am today, and I just feel that they may have some years on me, but I think I discovered how to improve myself better.
In the middleweight category, a hot future national champion prospect is Gary Silvati from Rochester's Powerhouse Gym. He's the 1990 New York State middleweight winner, but at 5'8", Gary's real contest weight should be nothing under 198 pounds. He started lifting after leaving high school, where he played varsity football, baseball, and lacrosse. Gary's got the shape to improve. It's a simple matter of adding size. He claims his training intensity is high, but will start working with greater weights to maintain better body size when it comes time to diet again. Presently, Gary is a financial planner, but like a lot of aspiring amateur bodybuilders, he's ultimately striving to become a professional bodybuilder. As much as we hear of that ambition, in Gary's case, we honestly believe he can do it. Renee Huntley from Albany, New York, claims to be a natural bodybuilder, one that trains steroid-free. He placed second among the middleweights with only a one-week diet. And out of his 13 total competitions, Renee has won 11 of them. Probably the most significant win to date was the overall title last year at this same competition. The caliber of bodybuilders may be a little tougher, so his placing today was a real step down for Renee. But bodybuilding isn't the only type of competition for this 5'8" bodybuilder. He dances weekly, which Renee feels helps him with his aerobics. Winning the middleweights was a Caribbean native now training in Philadelphia. Jefferson Phillips moved to the U.S. to train under the watchful eye of trainer Richard Brown, who also has in his camp rising stars like Alf Gurley and Edgar Fletcher. Jefferson was a total sleeper to the audience. He's only competed once before stateside in the Suburban Championships in New Jersey and easily earned all first-place judges' votes. He's only 5'6" and weighed 172 pounds, but with his small bone and joint structure, the usual exaggerated muscle flair prevailed. And as you can see, muscle maturity, separation, and striations were nothing lower than national level. And at only 20 years old, Jefferson could become a pro in a short time. He's already won the junior divisions in the Caribbean Championships and the World Championships in Singapore. Moving into the light heavyweights, where Rick Benedetto took third place. He started training not to get big, but to get better. He had torn his knee while playing college flag football. Well, the rehab soon turned into hardcore bodybuilding, and soon competitions followed. Now, with 5 years' experience, he's teamed up with his friend, professional Danny Padilla, who placed second in the pro division of the Niagara competition, which we featured last month. Great posing always is a major factor in winning bodybuilding competitions, and second-place winner Mike Mergel obviously realizes this criterion. The 5'7" carpenter from Hobart, Indiana, practices his posing religiously. He calls it taking care of details. But details to Mike also include daily double split training and 45-minute stationary bike riding sessions, a full 16-week diet, and 30 minutes daily of stair climbing. Perhaps Mike's only deficient body part is his biceps, but hopefully with a full year of training, he should be able to balance them with his triceps. You know the proverbial story, Dad sets up a gym in the basement of the house and Junior takes hold of the opportunity. Well, that's typical of light heavyweight winner Derek Mackey. The 5'8", 180-pound, 31-year-old lifter trains just like his dad did, strictly for the fun of it, like a hobby. Derek says, "My family comes first before anything." And with the narcissism associated with bodybuilding, that's an accomplishment. Derek's lifting helped during his 4 years on the gridiron at the University of Nebraska and University of Buffalo. Today, he works as a chemical factory operator and trains year-round, getting to as high as 220 pounds in the off-season. Moving up to the heavyweights, there was a standout that also won last year's AAU USA Championships. Bob Gosh is a 28-year-old who's been competing since he was 18. At 5'11" and 235 pounds, Bob trains isolation fashion, working each muscle group to failure on a 3-day on, 1-day off program. Bob told us that he trains not for size, but for shape and body balance, and he is amazingly symmetrical. Some of his knowledge may have come from his schooling for his BA degree in exercise physiology and physical education. Bob now operates his own Gold's Gym in Amherst, New York.
I also came to the show because it is the Gold's Gym convention. I'm a Gold's Gym owner here in Amherst, New York, and I thought it'd be nice to have a Gold's Gym winner up on stage.
For the overall title, it was a close ballot count between the lightweight winners, the middleweight Phillips, the light heavyweight Mackey, and the heavyweight Gosh. Winners had the shape and condition, and for his height and especially his age, incredible size. Mackey had great cuts and separation and good body balance. Gosh dominated with his massive size and proportions. but it was 20-year-old Jefferson Phillips who won the Niagara Falls Amateur Grand Prix Championship. He may have been a sleeper coming into the contest, but he woke the audience up and instantly became a dominant figure on the national scene. Just ahead, the Cybergenics star profile with pro Laura Creavalle and New England champion Mike Matarazzo.
Catch the fire on both ends of the NHL tonight. TSN's coverage kicks off with back-to-back hockey action. Thursday, the Penguins continue to score big. With or without Mario, they'll be a force for the Leafs to handle. Friday, Smythe rivals do battle as the Winnipeg Jets host the hot LA Kings. TSN's got 2 nights of great hockey action. Thursday, the Penguins host the Leafs live from Civic Arena. Friday, the Kings are in Winnipeg. It's the NHL tonight on TSN.
Here's to McCain from the tiny and the small. For McCain Junior Juice, it's the best taste of all. McCain Junior Juice from Superb Concentrate is just enough juice and deliciously great. So let's have a Junior and drink from the box. Uh-oh, time to split. Here comes the fox.
McCain Junior Juice, the just enough size.
With the Sports Network, you're closer than the front row.
In one short year, professional Laura Creavalle has jettisoned from obscurity in a gym to the reigning Ms. International. We meet her in the Cybergenics star profile. Laura Creavalle is undoubtedly one of bodybuilding's hottest new stars. With her 6th place finish at the Ms. Olympia and, of course, the big win at the 1990 Ms. International. But this transplanted Canadian's humble beginning in the sport was very innocent.
About 7 years ago, I was on vacation in Jamaica, and I saw a poster for a bodybuilding show, and I knew nothing about bodybuilding. I never even used to touch weight. And it was the first contest they were holding for women. So I decided I'd go watch it. And I was so impressed with the women, I went back to Toronto and joined the gym and decided I wanted to be a bodybuilder.
Then came the task of shaping her physique into that of a viable contender. And Laura admits that she didn't have a lot to work with.
When I began, my thighs were huge, and my arms were 9 inches. So like I was very, very narrow in my upper body and very wide, very big thighs. In 7 years, I've accomplished, every year I've gotten better. So it's not like I have one body part that lags. It'll take time, and every year I'll get better.
And by getting better, Laura has racked up an impressive resume of competitions, starting with local wins in Canada and culminating with her edging out Jackie Paisley for the much-coveted Ms. International title. But Laura wants more than just a title beside her name.
I want to be recognized as someone that has something to give to the sport. I mean, not necessarily being Miss Olympia, but, projecting a good image in the sport and being highly respected and, getting well known.
Well, Laura no longer needs to worry about her popularity in the sport, but she does offer some good advice to those who are just getting involved in bodybuilding.
It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of dedication. It's not just going to the gym and working out. It's bodybuilding. If you want to get somewhere in it, it's a lifestyle. It's your friends and everything. Everything is built around, that. Assess yourself seriously and see if you really have the genetics or, even the mental, willpower to do it. And if they do, then go for it. It's fun.
Laura Creavalle, a star on the rise. The talk in New England lately is about a frightening newcomer, Mike Matarazzo. He drifts from gym to gym without calling one home. But we caught up with him at Worlds in Somerville, Massachusetts. When Mike Matarazzo works out, people tend to just stay away from him. Mike says he trains viciously hard, blocking out everything else, including those around him. He makes no friends here. He just builds his body and gains respect from other bodybuilders almost through intimidation.
It's just high intensity, heavy training. I train very heavy all year long.
It is this kind of dedication that earned Mike the 1989 Massachusetts Gold's Classic Overall title. His 22-inch arms and massive calves blew the competition off the stage. But that's Mike's strategy, to hold out from contests, then train like an animal, just to embarrass the competition. He explains it this way: if you can't train blocking everything else out, then why train at all?
When all your friends go out and they go out late nights, you can't do it, you can't do it, you have to tell yourself, you got to get to the gym. The only way I won't go to the gym is if I'm very ill, if I'm very sick. I get up, I make sure I have plenty of time, plenty of food in me to go to the gym and train as hard as I can. That's what I think about all the time. I mentally try to psych myself up for it. If I'm not into it 100%, then I won't even bother going.
But this doesn't mean the sport will lose this 5'11" 240-pounder. Mike plans to start preparing for the 1990 Nationals, where he's a fierce competitor and doesn't like doing anything unless he can be the best.
Look for me, I just intend to get better and better.
Next, Trent Mitchell offers some tips about protein powders in GNC Nutrition News. And Mr. Pro World Mike Christian rips up his back in the Valeo Workout.
Captain Nibbler to the rescue with new cheese nibblers from McCain, the delicious, nutritious snack that satisfies your sudden hunger as only the taste of real cheese can. McCain makes nibblers from 100% cheddar, mozzarella, Monterey, or marble cheese in convenient single snacks and multi-packs. So when you feel a snack attack coming on, grab a McCain cheese nibbler.
It's a lousy job washing greasy pans. Guess who's stuck tonight? But I got this new joy. Cut grease better than the leading liquid. I squirt it in there, look. Grease is gone, I'm gone. New joy. Takes grease out of your way.
I'm gonna have to want this fight more than him. I gotta prove to these judges that I deserve to win.
Canadian Dan Sherry challenges England's Chris Eubanks for the WBO middleweight title Saturday, 5:30 Eastern on TSN.
In this edition of GNC Nutrition News, the basics of protein, what it is, and what role does it play in bodybuilding. We join Trent Mitchell at General Nutrition Center.
Hi, I'm Trent Mitchell. On this edition of GNC's Nutrition News, I'd like to talk about protein, a nutrient that's been a major concern of the bodybuilders for decades. Protein is a primary essential for growth. In fact, the word protein comes from the Greek word meaning of first importance. Bodybuilders have